So he went over in this Antonia, White Star Antonia, and the subsequent ship was torpedoed and a lot of children lost their lives. I think maybe they all did, I don't know. But after that they suspended any more evacuations of children to America. So he was in the last batch to go. I think he was kept in quarantine for a little while before meeting his new family. But he loved America and did very well and became a real little American. And when he came back on an aircraft carrier for the build-up to D-Day, which was May the 24th. And came over with Richard Collier, who's his best friend who lived in Oxford. He hadn't met him before, but there were only about 12 boys on this aircraft carrier playing football with oranges and having a rare old time. Anyway, he came back and went straight to Radley, aged 12. Most boys went to their public school at 13, but Ray happened to be quite bright. He hadn't done any Latin, so he did a crammer. Did some Latin during the period before school started, sufficient to get in. And in the States, he'd been to a co-educational school. He'd actually had a girlfriend, a little blonde girl I used to hear about. He had to leave her without even saying goodbye because their homeward journey had to be very secret because there were lots of U-boats around, and it was a highly dangerous time to be coming across the Atlantic. So anyway, he came to Radley. He went to church one day and he saw me, and I think I was sitting in front of him with long pigtails, and he thought, she's a bit of all right. And so he started chatting me up after that. And then it wasn't long after he came to our house, knocked on the front door and asked my father's permission to play tennis with me. He said he had half an hour before his mother was going to come and collect him. This was 9:30 in the morning. So we went off and played tennis. I had to serve underarm. I wasn't very good, but I have a feeling I beat him. And he happened to leave his tennis racket behind, if you can believe it. Which meant, of course, as he lived in Oxford and we lived really only a short distance away, that he had to come over in the holidays to collect the racket, which meant he could see me again. And so from then, he used to leave me little notes around and under stones around the grounds and this sort of thing.
And how did he propose?
How did he propose? Well, it was a long time afterwards. He always kept in touch. He always had sent me birthday cards and kept in touch at Christmas. And we all went around in a gang. He had some really jolly nice friends. Quite a lot of them were my boyfriends as well. Because living in a boys' school with 400 boys, and there were only about 2 or 3 girls. So we were very much the centre of attention, which I found most embarrassing because I was a very shy teenager at that time, or hardly a teenager. And I've just lost my thread. Where are we going? We were talking about
how did he propose?
How did he propose? Yes, he had been in the army. Yes, I was saying he'd always kept in touch, didn't I? He was in the army in Germany, was a very good skier, and had been chosen for the Olympic squad for the cross-country skiing. So he went to Norway to train. And when he was in Norway, he fell in love with a Norwegian. He was very keen on this girl, Anna Marie, I think I used to hear about her. And I had a boyfriend who, I was working in Oxford in a hotel at that time. And I had a boyfriend who used to drive down to see me at weekends from Carlisle. And Ray knew about this, and he came and took me out to a meal or just came to visit me. And he said afterwards, he suddenly thought, gosh, if I don't do something, I'm going to lose that girl. And I really am quite keen on her. I think I'd better, pull my socks up. So he took me out for a drive. We went up to Shotover Hill in the pouring rain and went for a walk. I think we then had to get back in the car because it was raining so hard. And then he proposed. And apparently I said, yes please, which I think sounds rather odd. And so that was it. And that was in the November 1956, and we were married in April 57. So it's going to be 60 years next year that we've been married, which is quite extraordinary.
So where were you married?
We were married in the college chapel, Radley College Chapel, by the chaplain. My father gave us away, and we had the reception in the school hall in the afternoon, and that went very well. Had a lot of people there. Di, my sister, was already married, because she got married before me, and also to another Radleyan. And then we went off on our honeymoon. Caught a plane to Paris, which was delayed, which saddened us because we had to leave a really good party and then spent many hours sitting at Heathrow waiting for this plane that was delayed. And then from Paris we went to the south of France. We hired a car, we stayed in a place called St Raphael, and went along the coast, went to a little village called St Agnes, which is up behind Cannes somewhere. Very remote, and being April, I think we were the first people to stay in this little hotel. And the beds it was one bed, was incredibly damp. I don't think anybody had slept in it for about a year, and I don't think there was any heating in the place. We were very frozen, so we went to bed in all our clothes. We happened to have a bottle of this St Raphael, which was an aperitif we bought in St Raphael on our travels, and so we sat up in bed and drank this aperitif and slept quite well after that. But I shall never forget the horrible, damp, cold place. But it was very spectacular, this little mountain village. So that was our honeymoon.